Hi everyone, Principal Zizi here. Hope you're doing well. This is an informational presentation to discuss Phase 2 in the reopening of Village. In this presentation, we'll go over the schedule info, safety considerations, logistics specific to Village, what you can do to be prepared, and some important dates to remember. This is rather a lengthy slide deck, so hope you're cozy. Warm up with me. You probably want to jot down any questions you have throughout this, knowing that I have a principals chat on Monday the 15th for Q&As and another one on Friday the 19th. If you have any questions specific to your child or family needs, do feel free to shoot me an email or phone call so that we can get a response to you. Phase 2 begins March 22nd. I'm a little cautious to keep saying March 22nd, however, because we really have 4 different start dates according to your child's grade level and cohort assignment. Kinders and first, we are welcoming you back that first week, either on the 22nd, the Monday, or the Thursday, the 25th. Kinders and first, you're still showing up the second week. You'll just notice that we also have second and third, fourth and fifth graders showing up either on March 29th or April 1st. A days are Monday and Tuesday. B days are Thursday and Friday, meaning that you are showing up for in-person learning at Village. If you're staying home, we still have plenty for you to do as well. I need to emphasize that I cannot allow the different cohorts to mix. So if you're a B student and you show up on Monday, I will smile, I will be happy to see you, but you are not allowed to enter campus. Here's the schedule with start and end times. Please be mindful that this is different than the normal school year. We've done this to avoid and minimize crowding as much as possible. If you're not showing up for these times because it's your at-home day, do know that there's still an expectation for you to participate in the asynchronous learning, the 30-minute morning meetings with your teacher. Art and library continues and all the wonderful things we have to offer. And if your child is an English language learner, they are still being asked to participate with the current schedule that's set up. Some safety considerations. Each class is considered a stable cohort. We have staggered schedules. We also have assigned areas for outdoor learning and recess. The outdoor learning areas are for the teachers to use at their leisure throughout the day. So parents, I want to be mindful. You want to send them with layers to bundle up because we might be going outside a lot. And don't forget, if you so choose, to put sunscreen on them in the morning. We will maintain distancing as much as is practicable throughout the day, and we have a cleaning and disinfecting schedule. Inside the classroom, if they have individual desks, they've been moved as much as possible to provide as much space. And if we had those large tables that couldn't be separated, we do have those separators. A reminder that every family who has chosen in-person instruction has signed the health agreement. We'll go over the details of what that was in that form in a moment. I want to call our attention to the county travel directive and to be really explicit with this one. Now that we're in the red tier, families are no longer asked to quarantine. So that means if we have families who are traveling, we are not making them quarantine. We are asking them to check for those daily symptoms. We do have an exposure communication plan and a reminder of the mask requirements. So talking about those symptoms, as you have signed and as upon the agreement, if your child shows any of those symptoms, they are not coming to school that day. You will let Veronica know and she will explain the process to further get them into class. So again, if your child is exhibiting any of those symptoms, they are not coming to school that day, and Veronica will help you with the next steps. If your child develops any of these symptoms throughout the day, you have agreed to pick them up immediately. Let's say we know that they're coughing and sneezing and have a headache because of allergies. That's an example of them exhibiting one or more of these symptoms. We will call you, we will ask you to pick them up, and Veronica will explain and guide you through the next steps. As a reminder, you have agreed that you will tell the school if you have come into or your child has come into close contact with anybody who has tested positive for COVID-19, and to repeat if your child develops any of the symptoms of COVID-19. We as a school follow the protocol. It's a balance act between being transparent and honoring the privacy and HIPAA requirements. Do know you will be contacted if you have come into a confirmed case, if your child, I should say, has come into direct contact with anybody. This may be a staff member or a classmate within the same cohort. You will be notified. Again, to repeat, any student that is showing the symptoms will be picked up immediately, and Veronica will help you in the process of getting you cleared to return. A reminder that students who enter campus must have a mask covering their nose and mouth securely held under the chin. Logistics. Students and staff are allowed on campus. That's a very kind and nice way to say, I'm sorry, parents, you are not allowed on campus during this time. We have to prepare for that as parents, especially on the first day. That might be hard for some of us. So I want us to mentally and emotionally prepare that you are not allowed on campus as parents. I say that, and the one little caveat is you may notice some parents have applied for yard duty. Those are considered staff, and staff are allowed on campus. Do know that your children have an assigned entrance gate, and again, we have staggered start and end times to minimize crowding. There it is again. 4 and 5, 8 o'clock, second and third graders 8:10, kindergarten first at 8:20. The assigned entrance should look familiar to you. This was shared earlier in the year, but as a reminder, each child has a gate that they are coming in and out of. Do know those first few weeks will be as welcoming and as warm as we always are. We know that this is a new norm, and we are prepared to be as patient and flexible as we know we are with the kiddos. They are in great hands, and we will make it as painless as possible. Emphasizing again, parents, you're not getting out of those cars to drop them off, and we'll ask you by the sidewalk, I think that's in the next slide, exactly what that looks like. So we have an ask that you parents, you are staying in the car, you're not opening it to open the door for them, you're not getting out to give them one more hug, you are staying in your car. There is also no parking for parents in the village parking lot. We are maximizing the space. Therefore, if you need to park, you are more than welcome to park on the side streets or, of course, to use Nordal Hall. Families new to Village, my kinders or any families that are new, we will be reaching out to you separately to make sure that you are aware of all of these processes and give you a chance to talk through it. Students, you're going to get out on the curbside only. If you're walking or riding your bike to school, of course that's allowed. We're going to have a stop point on the sidewalk to say goodbye to the parents and have children walked to their classrooms. Here's that sign I was referencing. So again, to repeat the process, you're going to pull up, you're going to say goodbye to your kiddos, and they're going to go through an assigned gate. We'll make sure that they are guided to the correct classroom and make sure that they have a great experience. If you need to park and you want to walk them over, that's fine. Just please use the Nordal Hall for short-term parking. As you're walking, if you notice a big crowd, we ask that you make the smart choice and just hang back a little bit to avoid any crowds. If you want to say goodbye, you're saying goodbye at the electronic gate if you're walking, or inside the car if you're dropping them off. I want to go back and emphasize, sorry, bear with me. Let's say you cannot make the exact time for your drop off because you have multiple children and you can't keep them in the car and you're not going to plan on going over to Nordal Hall to hang out with them for the 10 minutes that might be required. We do have an assigned waiting area for siblings who are waiting to come in. Do know that it is outside, so bundle up. We want to layer up our kids because it's quite cold in the morning. So if you're dropping off your kids early due to your own personal schedule and for siblings, there is a waiting area. We've maximized the space as much as we can, but it will be outside. And I want to make sure the kids are nice and warm. All right, snack. This will look a little bit differently this year. Remember, please, to bring your child with a snack that they can eat throughout the day, that they can open and close it. They will be eating in an assigned area outside. Yes, that means they are taking off their masks. We're going to distance as much as we can and is practicable outside. They will clean up, clean their hands, and go play. Masks will remain on once they do play. Recess is still assigned to their classroom cohort, and they each have assigned zones for recess. A reminder that recess is staggered. Children within the same cohort will play. And again, I want to be real explicit and direct with this one. We do have balls and hula hoops assigned for each classroom cohort that they will be playing with. They will be sprayed daily and cleaned. And a reminder that eating will take place outside prior to playing. Bathrooms. Let me reassure you that any child that needs to use the restroom will be allowed to use the restroom. I'm going to repeat that. Any child who needs to use the restroom will be allowed to use the restroom when they need it. In order to minimize potential crowding, we do have assigned restroom breaks per classroom cohort. Teachers have a bathroom schedule that they will encourage children to use. But again, if any child needs the restroom, of course, they can use the restroom. So what can you do at home to get prepared? Practice building up mask stamina. Practice those early morning routines. That will set them up for great success. Practice opening and closing and putting away any snacks that you want them to eat. Remember, as you're driving up, the kids are getting out on the curb side, so practice those seat belt buckles. And make sure any personal items are labeled. What do you bring on the first day? Remember that mask. Do know we have plenty of backup masks. If for whatever reason, somehow it gets lost, we have plenty of backup masks. Do bring a water bottle. Those water fountains are not available. So if your child gets thirsty, they will be drinking out of their own provided water bottle. Again, that first week or two, we have some backups, plastic water bottles to offer so nobody goes the day thirsty. But you want to build them up for success. Bring a mask, bring a water bottle, backpack with a snack, and layer up. What you do not need to worry about are school supplies. Any supplies needed will be provided during the day. And a reminder not to bring any personal items or toys. You have homework. If you would be so inclined, I am asking every village parent with all of this information to fill out a survey. I'm actually going to break the slides and show you it visually right now. Bear with me a moment. We're going to go up here. Some parents felt, and it's completely valid, the form in a few weeks ago that we asked to saying that you were not ready to return, you didn't feel informed, didn't have all the information required to make that choice. So what we're saying is, as Village, we're sending out this survey. It will be shared within Village. If after receiving all of these updates and information, you want to change your mind, go ahead. We totally understand. Change your mind. We're asking that you let us know. We're also asking every parent, even if you didn't fill out the form saying no, thank you, We just would like to confirm. So if you could please fill out this survey saying, yep, I'm ready. I'm sending my kid their first day back. I understand. I'm good to go. You're going to let us know. If, and we respect whatever decision you make, you're saying, nope, not at this time. Thank you very much. I'll reiterate that we do have another invitation coming mid-April for parents who are saying no thank you at this time. And of course, if after receiving all of this information, you are still hesitant and you do not know what you're doing, you might have some other thoughts that are going around that you want to clear up before you fill this out, just let us know that you are hesitant. All right, back to my slides. So again, we have an ask that every village family fills out the survey. This will help plan for our teachers exactly who's showing up. We are prepared to accept everybody who has chosen in person. I will emphasize we don't want you going back and forth and switching back and forth, but we do want to know your thoughts as of now. Will we be welcoming and seeing you on that first day? Or will we continue doing the not ready option, which was explained in a prior video? If you could please have this filled out. Sorry, someone's at the door. If you could please fill this out by Wednesday, March 17th, we'd really appreciate it so my teachers are as prepared as possible to welcome the kids that are coming back. If you have any questions, don't worry, I'm sure you do. We have a principal's chat at Monday at 2 for a Q&A, or again at Friday at noon. Veronica has made herself available as well if you need to talk through some things. There are additional resources as well linked below. So to repeat, if you could please, I'm going to go back to the slide, fill out the village survey that is being attached to this. If you could let us know your thoughts and intentions with phase 2, if you're coming back, if you are not at this time, or if you're registered as maybe. Principals chat, 3:15, Friday at noon. If you have any questions particular to a child or family's needs, please feel free to email so that we can respond separately. And until then, until March 22nd or the other 3 start dates, I am eager to see and smile behind the mask and wave and can't wait to see you all. And if that's in person, fantastic, or perhaps it's through a Zoom. All right, you guys have a great day. Thanks for bearing with us.